Hello guys, welcome to the second class in the tutorial series of guesstimations. In this class we'll be talking about a very common guesstimation problem, which is to estimate the number of red Swift cars in the city of Delhi. So without any further ado, let's start solving this problem. So the first step to solve any guesstimation problem is to break the problem itself. So if you see the problem, you can put your focus on three properties of the problem. Basically, first is the number. You want to estimate some number, and another being the product for which you want to identify. So that is the red Swift cars, and another being the demographics or the location in which you want to estimate this. So the geographic is limited to the city of Delhi. So the first part, which is the number, is your expected output. So in this particular problem you want the unique objects, right? And if you see the problem, there is no time period mentioned, like within a year or like at this particular moment of time. So whenever in a guesstimation problem there's no time period mentioned, you can expect it to be a real time or in a more general sense. The second part of the problem is your object specifications. So here they are talking about the cars, and in that particular it is about the Swift cars, which is manufactured by Maruti Suzuki. And under Swift model itself, they want to estimate the red colored cars specifically. So in this object specification part, you can think of three questions. There can be probably more. So first question being how the market penetration looks like, what the price range is, and another one being does this run in taxi. So these set of questions help you to further divide your problem into subparts. We'll see how this works in the later slides. Let's move on to the third part of the problem, which is the location specifications. Here we have given location as New Delhi, which is the capital of India. So in this particular part, you can ask questions like what is the population of this particular city, what is the population distribution, what are the different modes of transport available in this particular location, since you want to identify the number of cars, which is a mode of transport. So moving to the second part, which is to use your prior knowledge to get the useful metrics or estimations. So if you remember in the previous class, we talked about two major parts of solving a guesstimation problem, which is the first one being the prior knowledge, which comes very handy in solving these problems, and another one being some reasonable calculation which we do on top of this prior knowledge. So after breaking your problem, you should think about what all metrics you can use to solve the problem. So this is nothing but finding the answers to your prior question. So the first being how the market penetration looks like. So if you're not aware of this term market penetration, this basically means how much percentage of the market is occupied by your product. So let's say I have a gaming app which basically appeals to males of age 15 to 20. So my overall market is males or the boys in the age group 15 to 20 years of the age, and the percentage of those who are using my app is my market penetration. So let's say 20% of the total user segment is using my particular app, then the market penetration for my brand is 20%. So looking into the market penetration of the cars, you can think of different competitors which are there in market. So we have Hyundai, Mahindra, Tata, Honda and Toyota. But the good part is Maruti Suzuki holds around 50% of the market, whereas Hyundai 15%, Mahindra 10, Tata 10%, Honda 5 and Toyota 5%, and 5% goes to some other brands like Renault, or some other brands, right? So this gives us a fair understanding of how my market looks like. Then you should think of what the price range of this particular model is. So Maruti Suzuki Swift lies under a price range of 5 lakhs to 8 lakh rupees. So from this we can conclude that it is majorly preferred by low or middle income groups. And does this run in taxis? So yes, you must have seen, if you ever traveled in India, that Swift is a very common mode of option for taxis in case you are using Uber or Ola. Then comes the questions specific to our geographic, which is in New Delhi. So you should think of what is the population of the particular geographic location. So here we can estimate that there are 30 million users, which is around 2% of the population of India. So our starting base of the user is 30 million. Which is the population of New Delhi. Then you can think of the population distribution in terms of their age or in terms of their income group. So I'm assuming here the age distribution as 30, 50 and 20, which means 30% of the population lies between 0 to 25 years of age, and 50% lies between 25 to 50, and 20% lies between 50 or above. Then you can also think of the income groups, where I have considered 30% belongs to the low income group, 60% belongs to middle, and the remaining 10% belongs to the high income groups. Another question which will be really useful to solve the problem is what are the different modes of transport available. So if you consider New Delhi, it is a metro city, so you have metro, city buses and other cab services as well. So yeah, that was about the prior knowledge. And then comes the third part, which is to do some reasonable calculation using your prior knowledge. So I basically prefer it to go in a form of flow chart, where I put arrows and then I segment the problems, because it is easy to interpret and easy to make someone else understand as well. So at first I start with my complete base, which is the population of Delhi, which is 30 million considered here. Then I break this into the age distribution. So 30%, which means 9 million, belongs to 0 to 25 age group. 50%, which means 15 million, belongs to 25 to 50 years of the age group, and around 6 million belongs to 50 plus age group. After this, I further divide these segments into the income group. So considering 25 to 50 years of the age group divided into low, middle and high income. So 4.5 million belongs to low income, 9 million to middle income, and 1.5 million to the high income group. And similarly, we'll have the income distribution for 50 plus age group. If you see here, I have considered different percentages for 25 to 50 and 50 plus age group, considering people of like higher age group are less likely to fall in the low income group. So I have just considered 10% of this to be in the low income group, which means 0.6 million, 80% under middle income group, and 10% in the high income group. So this has further segmented my user base into smaller chunks. right? After this comes my first assumption, which I just talked about a minute ago, that high income group does not prefer Swift, and lower income group will be mostly using cheaper modes of transport like metro or city buses. So my new sample size becomes like this. So for low income group, I am considering just 10% of them will be using cars, and for the middle income group I am considering 50% will be using cars, and same I have done for the 50 plus age group, where 0.6 million multiplied by 10% and 4.8 million multiplied by 50%. So this gives me a new sample size of 7.4 million. After this, I make another assumption that since the new sample contains members of the same family as well, assuming sex ratio of 50-50, making the sample half to consider household counts. So whatever number we get in our new sample size, which is 7.4 million, so this is not the household number. This is a particular like the separate individual counts, which can be counted twice if you consider the households. So in this case we are dividing it into two to basically get the household counts, which gives me a sample of 3.7 million. And after that I'm considering a cut due to the competitors and other available options in the same price range. So if you consider Swift car, there are other other cars available in the competition, like there is Wagoner and there is Renault Triber as well, right? So considering these two, the competitor as well as other available options, the sample has been reduced by 50% due to competitors and another 20% due to other available options, which makes my sample to 370k now. Then comes the last part, which is going into the particular color segment. So if you see a general trend, most of the people buy like they prefer gray, black or white colors. So considering 75% of the cars are of these common color segments, and the rest of the colors contain like yellow, blue, red, brown, like that. So considering there are 5 other colors, so this gives us a conclusion that 370k when multiplied by 30%, which is the share of other colors other than the common colors, and multiplied by like equal distribution of the 5 colors, which means 1 by 5. So we get an approximation of around 20k here. So this we can say that is the estimate number of red Swift cars running in Delhi at this particular time. There is another part to the problem. So if you are preparing for the interviews and all, you should anticipate the questions which the interviewer might ask you on top of this solution. So there can be questions over the assumptions you made. So there can be questions like why you have considered the particular distribution like 20, 30 and 50 for age group, let's say, for example, right? So those kind of questions are very common over your assumptions. So be prepared for that. Be prepared with a plausible answer for those. Another questions which can be asked is where did the approach went wrong. So these are basically asked when you are getting a number way off than the anticipated number. So let's say you have predicted 20k now, but the problem itself was not that much of a like high extent. So the number is way higher or way lower compared to the predicted one. So in that case, they might ask you where did the approach went wrong. So even if you are not getting a correct answer, if you are able to explain your approach and you understand where it went wrong, then that might help you to get through even with the wrong answer. And one more general trend which is seen in the guesstimation interviews is interviews being asking like what are the alternate ways to solve the problem. So if you have taken one approach, they might ask you if you have any other approaches in mind. So I hope this particular class is useful for you. If yes, please don't forget to subscribe to this channel, and the link to our Facebook page is also available in the description below, so don't forget to like that and comment all your queries on that as well. Thanks for watching, guys. See you in the next class.